COVID-19 infections in China reached peak since late April. Hi everyone, welcome to AR News. China reported on Saturday its latest tally of new COVID-19 infections since late April, a day after Beijing unveiled a spate of measures, including shorter quarantines, to ease the impact of its heavy-handed zero-COVID policy. The stringent measures had proved a drag on the world's second-largest economy, disputing industrial activities and frustrating residents with lockdowns. Quarantines, frequently testing, and travel interruptions. The National Health Commission reported 11,915 new COVID-19 infections for the previous day, for which 1,504 were symptomatic and 10,446 were asymptomatic. That compares with 10,729 cases earlier day, 1,209 symptomatic and 9,720 asymptomatic infections, which China counts separately. Investors were heartened by Friday's eased curbs among the shortened quarantine for inbound travelers and those in close contact with the infected people. These were cut by 2 days or to a total of 8, with the first 5 spent in centralized facilities. China will also stop trying to identify secondary contacts and practice a swept by many urban residents in contact tracing efforts for a case was found. While still identifying close contacts, but banking firm Goldman Sachs said it's continued to see downside risk to term new economic growth as several big cities report rising cases numbers. The changes to the quarantine periods from 7+3 to 5+3 are marginal in terms of economic impact, it said in a note on Friday. However, the signal that the top leadership is preparing for an exit from 3 years of zero COVID policy at some point next year. In our view, most likely soon after 2 sessions held in March seems clear and important, it said, referring to annual parliamentary gatherings. Including imported infections, China reported 11,803 new local cases, of which 1,452 were symptomatic and 10,351 were asymptomatic, up from 10,535 a day earlier. Lockdown in Guangzhou. Guangzhou, a southern metropolis of nearly 19 million people that will put a handful of districts under lockdown. Reportedly 3,180 locally transmitted infections on Friday, up from 2,583 a day earlier. Beijing, the capital, reported 68 symptomatic and 48 asymptomatic cases versus 64 symptomatic and 54 asymptomatic ones before previous day. Local government's data showed some parts of the city are urging daily testing while some business disruptions continued. The high-end SKP shopping mall in the city's capital, sprawling Chaoyang district, said it was closed on Saturday for COVID control and prevention measures. How Chinese citizens are fooling censors to criticize strict COVID curbs. Chinese citizens reeling under harsh COVID lockdown measurements have found a way to vent their anger online post-criticals of government being taken down within hours. Post on China's social media website Weibo using Cantonese slang instead of Mandarin to criticize the government's zero COVID policy seems to have evaded censorship, at least for now. But how? Perhaps because Weibo's content censorship system has difficulty recognizing the way Cantonese words are written and spelled. Many posts with bold languages still survive. However, if the same content is written in Mandarin, it is likely to be blocked or deleted, according to the board report by US-based independent media monitoring organization China Digital Times. In nearby Cantonese-speaking Hong Kong, anti-government protesters in 2019 often used Cantonese wordplay both for slogans and to guard against potential surveillance by mainland China. The post in Cantonese, which organized in Guangzhou's surrounding province of Guangdong, is spoken by tens of millions of people across southern China. China restricted criticisms and discussion on its tough COVID control measures online, and people are now relying on dialects and even emojis to get past the censorship. The frustration with several rounds of mandatory COVID testing, snap lockdowns, quarantine and exclusive contact tracking is now hidden in emojis, and Cantonese words. Earlier, Webido had said it would refine its keyboard identification model to be able to filter code language. But experts wonder if company can really keep pace with online slang in China. China eases curbs China on Friday. Erased some of its strict COVID rules, including shortening quarantines by 2 days for close contact of infected people and for inbound travelers, and removing a penalty for airlines for bringing in too many cases. The easing comes even as Chinese members in China surge the highest since April. By contrast, infections have surged in Guangzhou, making it country's COVID epicenter.